Hi, I'm Tiffany, and this is The Balanced Life, Redefine Success, Redefine Fail. And today I'm going to be talking about cheap and easy meals. Last week I shared with you a couple of meal ideas using canned chicken. Um, and so in keeping with that theme, I had a few things. I talked something similar to this about 4 or 5 months ago. On the channel, you can find other recipes there, as well as some things that at the time would feed a family of 4 to 6 for $50 or less a week. I'm not sure what inflation has done to that video, but at least you can save some money. There's a lot of really great videos on YouTube that talk about how to live on like $15 a week. Those are out there. Go ahead and try them. But this one is one that I wanted to share with you. It's something that I personally have done, and I thought it would be helpful. So first of all, you get a canned meat. This is canned chicken. Like I said, you can get this for about $3.50, maybe a little bit less at Aldi. If you like chicken, they also, I know at my local grocery store, which is Kroger, I think Walmart has it too, but you can get like canned beef, you can get canned pork, you can get, of course, you can get canned tuna, canned salmon with the bones taken out, because I hate trying to pick through the bones and skin. That's just not me. If you like to do that, have fun. But I'm talking about canned meat because it's easier to keep on hand. If you've got meat in your freezer or in your refrigerator, of course, you can use that by all means. I'm talking about canned because I have adult kids, and so I can appreciate that many people watching this video probably live in an apartment or don't have a gigantic chest freezer that they're already able to store a whole bunch of stuff in. And so I talk about canned stuff, but it's obviously cheaper if you're able to get the frozen meat. And so you can grab that. Then you grab a grain. So you get a meat, you get a grain. Rice or quinoa are the two that we usually do at the house here. You could probably use cauliflower rice. I've never actually used it, but I have a lot of coworkers who swear by it. You can also use minced veggies if you cook them crisp tender. You don't want them to be like all mushy like mashed potatoes or something, kind of like the consistency of cauliflower rice, where it's like you just kind of chop up the vegetables so they're really small. And then toppings, whether other cut up vegetables or sauces or dressings or whatever. I add as a side either rolls, flour tortillas, leaves of lettuce, not like salads, but I'll explain to you what I'm going to do. So you prepare the grain, you prepare the meat. You can either mix this stuff together and make kind of like a salad. That way you add like lettuce and the chopped up vegetables, and you have, like in France, a salad is any kind of like mixture of things. I asked them once if we could have salad for dinner because I was really craving a salad. And when I was with my host family, sorry, I was visiting my host family. I was an exchange student in the early 90s, and I went back to visit them back in 2016. Yeah, 6 years ago. Yeah, 2016. I went back and visited them, and one night they were like, "Hey, what do you want to eat for dinner?" And I was like, "Is there any way we could have a salad?" And so they took rice and they took like some cut up vegetables, like some peas and some other things, and they just kind of threw it together and put vinaigrette dressing, like it's the Dijon mustard with olive oil and vinegar, whisked together with garlic. They like tossed all that together, and I was like, not exactly what I meant, but okay, now I know what salad means. Because I hadn't been to France in like 18 years at that point. But I digress. That's a salad, a little mixture thing. You can also do like a flour tortilla and kind of make a wrap. You can do the same thing with a lettuce wrap. Obviously, you know this, but if you mix the grains or the chopped up vegetables, if you're trying to have a low starch diet or a low carbohydrate diet, you mix the meat with the chopped up vegetables inside of a lettuce leaf or on top of a salad. And then you add whatever dressings or toppings you want to it. It's a really cheap and easy meal. And honestly, if you do it, even if you do it with a can or two of tuna or a pound of meat or a can like this, you can feed 3 or 4 people because you're mixing the meat in with the vegetables or whatever your other little sides are if you're doing it with the grains to stretch it out. One last thing that we used to do is we would take, it's called a French loaf. It was by Pillsbury, I think, but it was, when you pulled it out of the can, it was those like can like fridge biscuits. You pulled it out of the can, you can unroll it. You can do the same thing with crescent rolls. Although I prefer the thicker French bread one to the crescent rolls because the crescent rolls will break through. And we would cook rice and we'd mix tuna with it, and we would stir an egg with it. And I would put that inside of the bread, roll the bread up, and put it on my baking stone, and put it in the oven for as long as it said to cook the bread. And then when you cut it, it was this vegetable rice thing. So that's something that you can make for a cheap, easy meal, depending on what meat you have. You can also do this with leftovers, guys. So if you have some leftovers in the fridge and you're trying to figure out what to do, mix the vegetables, the meats, the grains, all that stuff together, and make yourself a wrap or a salad and have yourself a great, cheap meal tonight. Hope you've got something out of this. I would love to hear some of your recipe ideas. I might try some out and share them with other people. So thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.